Welcome to Inside the Film Room. I'm Krista Nergal. Today we'll talk men's and women's hoops, recap the games, and have a preview of the next. We start with head men's basketball coach Matt Figure. Coach, you go on the road at Tennessee Tech. Fall, bounce back with a commanding victory over Jacksonville State. How important was that win going into this weekend?
Well, we needed it a lot of reasons. It kept us in a three-way tie for first place through the first third of the season. It also gave us an opportunity to win a game on the road against the team who had won the Ohio Valley Conference tournament championship last year. So it gave our kids confidence they can compete with anybody in the league.
What were some of the biggest changes you made from Tennessee Tech going into that Jacksonville State game?
Well, I think our approach in that short term was better. Our enthusiasm was better. It was just more of a focus than anything. I felt like we lacked a little bit, and some of it's going and playing on the road, and that's giving credit to the opponent. But I felt like the second game, our kids rallied for one another and had a short memory of the other night and did well.
Austin Peay, 61.1% shooting night against Jacksonville State was a season best. Avery Ugba posted a season high 35 points. What clicked for him?
He posted well, and we threw him the ball, and he got good angles. And once we started doing that, it lifted everybody else. And we shot the ball from the perimeter really well, so it left him a lot of one-on-one isolations.
In the 10 wins this season, the Govs' average margin of victory has been 20.5 points per game. The Governors now have won 6 games by 20 or more points. From a fan perspective, it seems like the offense is catching up to maybe where the defense is. What is it from your perspective?
It's just being able to make perimeter shots. When we've been able to make shots from the perimeter, it opens up our post game. And when we've not been able to make perimeter shots, it puts more. It allows more guys to dig down on the post, to double team the post. And so when our perimeters played well, we have played well offense.
Austin Peay is averaging plus 8.6 boards, more than its opponent over the last 8 games. Is that an indicator of that aggressive style that you are preaching?
I think so. I think it's an emphasis of just rebounding every day and having to secure the ball. And we do a good job of getting on the offensive glass, and so that helps us out. And that, the more we offensive rebound, the more we stay out of transition, the better our half-court defense becomes, which means better our defensive rebounding becomes. So by offensive rebounding, by not getting out in transition opponents, and by playing against that defense helps our rebounding.
Absolutely. It's been quite a while since the Govs were tied atop the OVC standings after 6 games. To what do you attribute that early success?
I just think our non-conference season prepared us for it. I thought we had the advantage of playing, to start the season out at home, and then obviously getting a split on the road gave us that confidence on a road win. So right now we have a team that should be full of confidence.
Tennessee State coming up, they have a plus 1.44 turnover margin, second only to Austin Peay's 2.0. How important will ball control be against the Tigers?
Very important, because they're probably the most aggressive team in our league as far as ball pressure and getting out and playing 94 feet and trapping and doing all those things. We have to secure the ball and break their initial traps and go attack.
The Gentry Center is among the toughest environments for opponents in the OVC. How did your non-conference schedule prepare you for this? You've touched on it, but how does it help you to this moment?
Well, we've played at Illinois, we've played at Oklahoma State, we've played at Virginia, we played at Vanderbilt, we've played in Evansville. Those environments are hard places. There are a lot of basketball tradition in all the 5 schools. They have great fan support. So, from that standpoint, we've seen it. So, I don't know any of the other particulars about that arena, but we'll find out real soon.
Thanks, Coach. Best of luck. Tip-off Thursday at Tennessee State. Coming up, we'll visit with Coach David Midlick when we return. Welcome back. I'm with head women's basketball coach David Midlick. Coach, despite a tough weekend, you kept the turnovers low in both games. How do you plan to carry that over into this week with 2 aggressive teams?
Yeah, going on the road again to play Tennessee State and Belmont, 2 teams that are good defensively, present some different problems from each game, and just make it a priority to take care of the basketball. Good footwork, make sure that your pass gets into your teammates' hands.
Now, Michaela Campbell posted a career-high 19 points against Tennessee Tech. How important is it to have that type of spark coming off the bench?
It's great. We struggled scoring in both of our two previous games. I thought we played pretty well defensively, and we hope Michaela can give us some double-figure scoring as well as some other players off the bench.
What is your biggest takeaway from playing these two teams early in conference play, and how will you look to adjust when Tech and JSU come to the Dunn in February?
Right. We'll look at each tape afterwards, and we already have about what we can do better offensively, not only in those two games, but tomorrow against Tennessee State and Saturday against Belmont.
Now, the ladies played extremely well in the second half of both games this week, shooting above 60% in the third quarter. How do you expand that second half play for an entire 40 minutes?
Right. We've talked about that as a team and as a coaching staff, and I think you just have to be ready to play and have an aggressive mindset from the beginning of the game and not after you've dug yourself a little bit of a hole.
2 quick trips. You mentioned it to Nashville this week. What has been your main message preparing your team for the final 2 games of this road swing?
Right, just what we talked about. Want to get off to a better start offensively, stay confident, stay aggressive, and hopefully we've scouted them well enough defensively that we take away their top 2 or 3 options.
Tennessee State has only 1 win in conference play, but their veteran forward, Tia Wooten, is averaging 20.6 points per game. How will you look to slow down her offensive production?
Yeah, I've known Tia since she was in high school, at Central High School in Memphis, a tough, aggressive, and talented basketball player. But I like how we're playing defensively. We'll try to throw a few different wrinkles at her, make her a little bit uncomfortable. They do have some other capable scorers, but definitely the offense runs through Tia.
Then later in the week, Belmont, they sit alone at the top of the OVC standings, but your team's always played the Bruins close. What makes them play so well against Belmont?
I think they're ready for a challenge. I think some of our players have known some of their players even before college, and I think when you are, much like Alabama in football and in the Patriots and in the NFL, when you are sitting on top of a conference or on top of a league, you're going to get every team's best shot, and I'm sure our team hopefully will be ready for them on Saturday. Thanks,
Coach. Best of luck. The women at Tennessee State on Thursday. Next, we go one-on-one with Chris Porter-Button. Welcome back. I'm with Chris Porter-Button, forward for the Govs. Your recent 4-game streak scoring in double figures included a career-high 23 points at Tennessee Tech. What's been instrumental in your recent success?
Just staying the course that coach has given us and just trusting the process.
Now, you've bought into this new culture that Coach Figger has brought with him. How has that changed the way you approach practice and then every day in the games?
Well, we come into practice ready to battle, like ready to actually practice, get down and dirty. And whenever we go into the games, we just feel like we're prepared. And we just feel like nobody's prepared like us, so they can't beat us and be tougher than us.
Defensively, the Govs are as good as they've been during your career. What's the biggest key to Austin Peay's newfound defensive intensity?
Just getting teams uncomfortable, and as y'all can notice, teams really can't run their offense against us, so that's basically it.
Talk to me about this hustle belt. First of all, what is it?
The hustle belt is like, it's a belt for like stats that aren't in the box score, like deflections, charges, loose balls, steals. I mean, steals in the box score, but that counts as it. And diving on the floor and everything. It's stats that aren't in the box score, but they're instrumental for the game.
Is it adding a little competitive edge between the guys?
Yes, because our coach went and bought an authentic WWE World Heavyweight Championship belt. So, yeah.
Very good. Okay, have you owned the belt yet?
Plenty of times, yes.
Okay, who got it last time?
Avery, he had to get the belt, I guess, because he got 35 points and a big win over Jacksonville. But
you don't think he earned it?
I'll let it slide. I'll let it slide.
But you've definitely had it in your time. Okay, so you, Terry Taylor, and Dayton Gum all hail from Bowling Green. What's the sudden influx of high-level D1 talent from that area? You guys know each other growing up?
Yes, we did. We've played pickup ball around the high schools there, like during the off seasons and stuff. And even Day-Day's dad, Cedric Gum, has even worked me out a couple of times, and he's even coached the AAU team and everything like that.
It's probably been fun now to play with these guys.
Oh, of course, yes.
Absolutely. All right, thanks so much. Both teams travel to Tennessee State. You can follow the games on our social media sites at Austin Peay WBB and Austin Peay MBB, and watch online at the OVC Digital Network. Thanks so much for watching Inside the Film Room. I'm Kristen Ergel. We'll see you next time.